Another incredible day at Makerfaire. This ends Makerfaire 2015. This day was almost better than yesterday. A bunch of really cool stuff happened. This year, I think by my count, 5 separate families all came at me and told me that in previous years, where the last year or the year before, that they had, hold on a second. Thank you very much. Free magazine. Like 5 different families came and told me that in last year or previous years, I had talked here and they were so overwhelmed by my talk that they went out and built rep wraps. That they didn't know about rep wrap before, or they weren't thinking about buying one, and after seeing me, they did. That was awesome. That was so incredibly cool. And then, as you've probably seen in other videos, my iconic family of that came by and they gave me parts that were printed on their printer. They gave me a little Yoda, they gave me a gimbal, they gave me one of those helical gears. They all worked. Oh, I can't, they're printing better than my printers are printing, so I can't even tell you how happy that made me. And the idea that me just showing them the printer was enough to motivate them to do it. So that's like another line of inheritance, of lineage of parts there. It wasn't a printer printing it, it was a printer doing the social part to the other person. That's so good. That was so sick. So then second family showed up. They had a bunch of kids that had made, multiple machines now. They'd already made multiple rep wraps. I think one of them was the tricolor Mendel. I'm like, oh, that's insane. That's awesome. The third family that showed up, oh man, I remember this kid had sent me mail in like October or November. He said, I don't know if you remember me. We talked to Makerfaire and I wanted to build one, and I was trying to figure out which one. I'm trying to figure out which one now. And he was giving me this whole talk about how he wanted to do it in his bedroom and all of that. And I was like, well, I don't know if you should do it in a bedroom because there's fumes that can come off from if you do ABS. And I was trying to give him advice, and I'm like, so you shouldn't worry about the size limit because you're not going to do it in your bedroom anyway. And he's like, oh, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. And I was trying to talk him into something that printed taller, and I guess the example I had given, I said, listen, you got to worry about height because I can only print 65 millimeters tall. There are things I can't print. I had forgotten that I had said that, and only at a certain point during the conversation, then when I was talking to them, did I remember. I recognized the face, I recognized the people, but it's only a certain point where I realized, oh, this email conversation was with them. That's who this was. And then it clicked, and he said, we got you something, and I'm like, what? They had a printed model of me, which I've taken quite a few pictures of, so you've probably already seen them if you've seen this video. And it was very, very tall. Well, 6-7 inches tall, something like that. Way taller than my printer could do, that's for sure. I was like, oh. And it might be fair to say I'm a little bit of a narcissist. A little bit. To give somebody themselves as a gift, that was kind of strange and cool. Like a strange experience of like, wow, this is awesome. Like more than I probably should have thought. So that was awesome. And I had a bunch of people who exhibited who were telling me nice things about me, like that I'm actually doing some good, kind of representing for Rep Rap. I don't think I deserve that last praise. I don't think I do. I don't think I do anything terribly special. I just don't think that, I like to share it, I like to talk about it. So do so many other people. A lot of people are looking at my t-shirt, they're like, you're the representative? I'm like, I bought a t-shirt. That's it. That's what I did. All right, fine. I was in since 2009, and I built very early, version of the Cells Mendel, like the original thing, and still, I did suffer. So you can see the part where I'm justifying it now. But still, I mean, that's nothing. I'm trying to be a little bit humble here. I mean, there's nothing terribly special, but I am happy that other people are benefiting from this. I'm happy that I've talked some kid that didn't have a 3D printer into a situation where that kid had a 3D printer. Or for that matter, where some adult that didn't have a 3D printer now had a 3D printer. Everyone should be able to enjoy this. This is a very fun hobby. So, yeah, it's been an awesome day. This is a very good Maker Faire. I can't tell you how many times I was in the middle of a conversation with somebody, talking to them, and I looked down and the printer started printing. I'm like, what? And I turned, and Emily was just getting the whole thing running. She's like ignoring me. She's like, yep, time to print. She's totally mastered the thing. That's awesome. We had some problems at the end. Belt on the second rep wrap is loose on the x-axis. The tensioner doesn't work. I think maybe the hex nut vibrated out when we were driving. We'll see. All these are driving related things. Every year I have to fix it up after Maker Faire. That's well, what you gonna do? I think maybe that's why I don't fix it right after I get home. It's because I know I'm gonna bring it back next year and have it break again during the drive. But the things we do for the rep wrap project. So I'm walking out to get the car now. Mark Russell's here. Thank you, Mark, for participating and helping Maker Faire work. Sitting at our booth. He and Emily are doing the final cleanup of the site while I get the car. And there you go. This was a good year. It's a really good year. I think I might actually get the rep wraps working when I get home from where they were. Emily certainly wants to print more often now. I need to update the firmware on both bots. I need to update the slicing stuff so that I have different configurations for the different machines, so they can have different plastics on them and different temperatures and not get confused when they're slicing things, and we're not using old G-code files that are causing problems and all these other things. Headaches that nobody should have to deal with anymore. Maybe we'll buy a new, oh, and that horrible trackpad. For me, it's not that bad, but Emily's not used to it. She's used to the Mac, so every time she'd put her finger on it to try to move the mouse, she'd accidentally end up clicking. Ooh. Caused a bunch of panic. She's like, what did I do? I'm like, it's okay, don't worry. We built the machine. Nothing is gonna break that we can't fix. Oh, so happy. I'm so happy about how this went with Emily. We had an incredible, incredible weekend. Oh, so good. Woohoo! All right, I think that's about it. I'm getting towards the car. If I talked to you and you're watching this video and you wanted to build a rep wrap and I didn't give you one of those personalized video cards where I scream at you, then let me just say, go build a rep wrap. You know you want to. I can tell the people who want to do it and the people who don't. People who don't, they walk away. They stay there for a while, maybe a little bit, whatever. You can tell. But you can tell the people who are genuinely interested. It's not hard. And before, it's not even like I have to say, I think I made a dent. I think I convinced some of them, because I know for a fact that I've convinced them, because I've seen their printers. I've seen pictures of their printers, and now I even have prints from their printers. That's awesome. All right. Jeff signing out until I make some future video with Emily when I get back to the site. But this is my traditional walk back to the car video after Maker Faire 2015. Excellent weekend. Rep wrap.